What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Skill Up here with a very quick video for you. Now, I am not someone that likes to do rumor or speculation videos. It's definitely not my thing. However, I'm going to do this one today because I actually think that there's a very high chance that what I'm about to tell you is going to be right. Everyone's been wondering what is the release date of patch 1.5 Survival, and everyone's been talking about whether or not it's going to be this year or next, specifically because there's going to be a 30-day delay for PS4 owners. Xbox and PC owners are going to get patch 1.5 and Survival at the same time. However, PS4 owners will not get access to the Survival game mode until 30 days after it's been released on PC and Xbox. So everyone's wondering, when is this damn game going to come out so that PS4 players know when to start running the clock? And with all of these questions swirling, the Xbox store has stepped up to the plate. This screenshot here has actually been taken directly from Xbox.com. It is there, it's still there now at the time I've published this video. They haven't changed it, and it essentially says that Survival will be available on PC and Xbox on November 22nd, which is literally 9 days from now. It's not this Tuesday reset, but the following. So why am I bringing this to you now in a video? Why am I not just dismissing it as some sort of mistake made by Xbox? Well, first of all, it's on Xbox, you know, it's a big deal. It's not just like some little pokey retailer out somewhere putting up some random date and hoping for the best. This is Xbox we're talking about, and generally speaking, when stuff goes up on their site, it's a pretty good indication that that date is in the ballpark vicinity. The second thing that I think makes this date look quite credible is the fact that it's on a Tuesday. I have seen some truly laughably ridiculous videos out there speculating as to what the release date of Survival might be based on silly clues like what's written on whiteboards in-game and numbers on people's helmets, and it was like crazy. But the fact is, unless it's on a Tuesday, it's not going to be the release date. Tuesday is when the major console guys push out their big releases for the division, so you can always expect big releases to happen on a Tuesday. And the fact that the November 22nd falls on a Tuesday makes this date look that little bit more legit. Finally, and I think most importantly, this is the last date that Massive can push out Survival while still getting it into the hands of PS4 players before Christmas, because we all know everyone goes on holidays in Christmas. Even people who make video games, they're probably going to take at least a week off, more than likely 2 to 3 weeks, because Sweden is pretty damn good when it comes to giving people holidays. They cannot deploy a major patch while people are on holidays because they need all hands on deck making sure that nothing blows up. So for that reason, I think that it's quite realistic that if we see Survival coming out on PC and Xbox on the 22nd of November, we can then expect to see it on PS4 on the 20th of December, 5 days before Christmas. So those three things in combination give me a fair amount of confidence that this is probably the right date. The fact that it's on Xbox.com, which is a fairly reputable source of information, the fact that the date they provided is a Tuesday, and the fact that this is actually going to allow for Massive to get Survival out before Christmas for PS4 owners, all of these three things lend me to believe that this is actually going to be the release date. The 22nd of November for people on Xbox and PC, and the 20th of December for those on PS4. Now, this is, I must say, a lot sooner than I had expected. Obviously, 1.4 sat on the PTS a lot longer than this has, and I'll be honest and say that I think there are still some fairly important, outstanding balancing issues. In particular, things like firearms, weapon talents requirements are quite problematic at this point, and will generally push us into the point where we don't really want to spec into those at all. We'll most likely ignore a lot of those. And secondly, things like enemy armor damage being put in place of armor also kind of sucks, because armor is just so powerful. We are never going to choose enemy armor damage over that, and we are never going to choose firearms over that. We are always just going to stack survivability and in particular armor, because those stats are so potent. And simply upping the requirements for firearms or moving enemy armor damage into that stat slot is not going to force us to build in a different way. It will simply nerf our damage effectiveness, particularly in PvE. So the stuff that I'm talking about here is even more concerning, given that I wonder whether or not we're going to have another PTS update. I mean, we might, but generally speaking, the PTS updates are fairly in sync with the normal 30 Thursday schedule. And given the fact that this release date indicates the game is going to be released 9 days from now, I wonder whether or not we are going to see any further PTS builds making these changes that I think are sorely needed. So it remains to be seen where this patch is going to be landing. Certainly patch 1.4 was a spectacular achievement, particularly from a balance perspective, with the only major issue, I think, being the prevalence of armor and it being a requirement. Patch 1.5 is shaping up to be a little bit more messy around the edges, so here's hoping that Massive can get those issues fixed up before the game gets pushed out. Anyway, that's it. It's still speculation. It's not confirmed, of course. However, I wanted to bring this to you because I feel like there's a good chance this is going to be the case. My gut feel is that we're going to hear something from Hamish and Yannick on this very soon. Obviously, they're going to need to speak about it at the state of the game this week at the earliest. So please take everything you hear, including this video, with a grain of salt until Hamish and Yannick confirm it themselves. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can, of course, subscribe for plenty of Division coverage. For now, thank you very much for watching. Take good care, and I'll see you in patch 1.5. Bye-bye.